Hi guys, and welcome to my very first YouTube video. I can't believe this is finally happening, but it is, and I'm so excited. So today I wanted to show you one of my go-to makeup looks, and I get that this is really dramatic and it's not for everyone's taste, but this is just a look that I love for me. I feel my best in this look. I am ready to slay the day when my makeup is like this. So this is definitely a tutorial for a certain person, but I will be doing a lot more tutorials on more softer looks, and I'm definitely open to what you guys want to see. So definitely message me, comment down below, DM me, Snapchat me, whatever you want to do, and let me know what you want to see, and I will definitely do that. So if you want to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I went and did my brows off camera, and I also prepped my skin with my skincare. The products I used for my brows was the Precisely My Brow by Benefit. Mine is shade 4, and then I used Makeup Forever brow gel in the shade 25, and also Aqua Brow by Makeup Forever in 25. Just letting you know what I've been using, but I will have a brow tutorial up very soon. I'll also do my brows in other videos. I just thought for now, let's get right into the fun part. So I'm gonna start off with my base. I prefer to have my base on when I'm doing more of a blown out smoky eye. Everything runs a lot more seamlessly, I find, when I have my base on first for this kind of look. So I'm gonna start off priming my face. I'm using 2 Makeup Forever primers. So I'm going in with my mattifying one first. I'm only using the smallest bit, and I'm just applying this down my T-zone. I'm not overly oily, but I do like putting this down my T-zone just because it mattifies my skin and it means my makeup isn't going to budge. Now I'm going in with my hydrating primer now. This one I love. It just gives a nice boost of hydration to your skin, and I'm just putting this on my fingers and massaging this to the outskirts of my face. This one feels so nice. So now I've primed the skin, I'm going in with my foundation. I am using Illamasqua Skin Base in the shade 12. I'm obsessed with this foundation at the minute. This is my go-to foundation. It applies so easy, it's so nice and creamy on the skin, but it's also heavy coverage. I got this new brush from Powder and Pout. Look how soft it is. This one is P210, and I'm going to use this for my foundation. Look at that for coverage. Love it. This foundation smells amazing too. This shade is quite dark. If you love your tan like me, then this will be definitely a good shade for you. I'm actually using a smaller brush. This one is just a blending brush. This is from Royal and Langnickel, and I'm just using that to apply the foundation to the top of my forehead because I don't want to hit my brows. This is what I hate about having my brows done before my base. I just feel like you can be so much more free when you don't have your brows done. Okay, so now my base is on. I kind of avoided under my eyes, but I am going to go in with my concealer now. So I'm going in with MAC NC20, and I am going to apply that under my eyes and just anywhere I want to highlight the skin. So I'm going to use a nice fluffy brush. This one is Makeup Pro Store number 19. Love this brush. I think it's meant to be an eyeshadow brush, but I find it's a little bit too big, so I like using it for my concealer under my eyes, and I like to just start by dabbing it under my eyes. As I apply that under my eyes, I'm actually going to put that on my lid because that's going to work as my base for my eyeshadows. So now I'm going to go in with Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick. I will show you the shade because it is so long. This is my favourite thing to cream contour. It just glides so nicely onto your skin, and it's such a nice shade too. It's a lovely warm tone. So I'm using the Inglot 4SS brush, and I'm going to use that to add definition to my cheekbones. So what I do is I work back and forth on this area, kind of no further than the end of your eye. So I'm working from around my tragus area, but do find where the shadow of your cheekbone should be and work along that. And I'm working back and forth until I kind of create a nice shadow, making sure my edges are blended. I don't want any harsh lines, so if I have to go in with another brush, I will just do that and soften out the edges. I like to have it nice and strong, that strong contour, give me a nice skinny face. Once I get that done, then what I like to do is kind of swoop it more towards my nose. So when I smile, I want my contour to just lift that whole area. So I'm gonna swoop it right underneath where the apple of my cheek is. So it lifts that whole area and it just gives me a nice lifted cheek. Guys, I apologize if I look to this side because I keep forgetting that I need to look in the lens and not at the screen. Bear with me, it's my first video. Okay, so we see the difference. So I'm then going to take that into my hairline very, very lightly just to kind of give a frame to the face and also take it underneath my jawline to get rid of that double chin. I just use my foundation brush and blend that in so that there's no harsh lines. There's nothing worse than that harsh line that goes on there. Hello, double chin. So just make sure that ain't there. And I'm just shading down both sides of the nose just to make it look a little bit more narrow. I love a good nose contour. I'm just shading underneath. And then I create a tiny little line across. So I'm going to go in with another 231 by Zoeva and just use a little bit of the MAC Slack cover up and just highlight the center of the nose and up the bridge. Just so there's a little bit of contrast between your highlighted areas and your contoured areas. And it looks like a little exclamation mark. And then I'm just softening that out. When I put my powder on, it just looks so much softer. It looks so harsh right now. So I'm going in with Makeup Forever translucent powder first, just to set the highlighted areas of my face. So I'm going in with this little brush. This is a Senna brush. I think it's called Baby Powder, but I love the size of this to get in under your eyes, in any creases. It just sets those areas really well where a bigger brush can't actually get into properly. And I'm just setting in under the eyes and I'm just tapping so that I don't move the concealer. I'm taking away any creases that have formed on the lid and I'm going to set that as well. I like to put this kind of underneath your lip where that wee crease is. I find just anywhere where creases form, it's better to use a smaller brush because it'll target that area really, really well rather than a bigger brush. So now that I've set my under eye and around my T-zone, I'm then going in with the Natural Silk Perfection powder by Makeup Studio. I love this powder because it just sets my foundation. It doesn't add any extra coverage, but it gives me a nice warmth to my skin. So I'm using the Kazati S125 brush. This is the nicest brush for setting your face. It's just so soft. And I'm just dabbing that powder into the rest of my face. Just dab, dab, dab. Okay, so now I've set everything, I'm going to add my finishing touches to my base. So I'm going to bronze up my face, bring my contour back to life, because after you've powdered I find that it really dulls the contour down. So let's bring some warmth back and some colour and some glowiness. So to bronze my face I am using MAC Dark Deep Mineralized Skin Finish, and I am going to just add that to where I've contoured just to bring that contour back to life and add some nice warmth to my skin. And I'm using the same Kazati, I think that's how you pronounce it, Kazati brush. I freaking love this brush. I want to go in with the Sculpting Kit by Makeup Forever. This one's shade 2. I really love this for giving you more of that sculpted kind of effect with your contour. So I'm targeting where I started contouring just to add a little bit more of a shadow effect. Five to 12 at night and I'm sitting with an iced coffee. No wonder I'm nocturnal. So I already did this side, I was experimenting. What I'm doing is I'm using the Powder and Pout 120 brush and I am using Illamasqua Powder Foundation. This is the shade 150 and I love this product. I have every shade now. Maybe some areas separating or you're just having trouble with your coverage, then these are brilliant. So I actually just went in with that and sculpted underneath my contour just to make it look a little bit more contrasting and bringing the cheekbones up that little bit more. So I'm doing the same on this side. You will see what I mean. Sorry, I keep staring at the screen and not the lens. So you can see that that just brightens up underneath the cheekbone and gives you more of that sculpted look. And I'm gonna go in now with the MAC Cheeky Bronze just to bronze up my face a little bit more, but this has a nice glowiness to it. So I use this as well for my blusher. Love it. I'm gonna use a tiny little bit just for the frame of my forehead, just to kind of give a nice glow up there. And then lastly, my favorite part of the base is highlighting. So I'm using my MAC Fix Plus. I literally am obsessed with this product. Like, I use it too much. I go through these like once every 2 weeks. Oh my god, it smells so good. So I'm going to use my Kazati brush. This is S140 and I'm using Illamasqua Epic highlighter. And while my skin is still quite damp from the Fix Plus, I'm going to apply that. Obsessed. So just applying that to the top of my cheekbone first. I'll bring it slightly up above my brow. And down the centre. I like a little bit of chin highlight these days. And now what I'm going to do is go in with a small bullet brush. This is the 230 by Zoeva, and I'm just going to dip into my highlight and just add a tiny bit to the centre of my nose. Okay, so I'm never satisfied with one highlighter. I always have to go in with a second just to add that extra glowiness. And I'm going to go in with Inglot Sparkling Dust. This one is 01. It is so nice on top of a more tame highlighter. Not that this is tame, but I mean, we can go a little bit glowier. And I'm only adding this to the very tip of the cheekbone just to add that extra glow because this is so intense. See what I mean? And I'll add a tiny little bit here and here. That glow though. And I'll just finish off my base by spraying a little more Fix Spray. Just because there's no harm in it. So now it's time for eyes. So if you know me from Instagram, you know I love a good smoky eye, and I wanted to show you guys for my first video my go-to eye look. This is something that I love doing. It's my go-to. It's so quick and easy, and it's what I feel most comfortable in myself. I think it flatters my eyes, my colour of my eyes, the shape of my eyes. So I'm going in with this Vibrant Yellow by Illamasqua. This one is called Hype, and this is going to start me off into my transitional colour. I'm using the 221 blending brush by Zoeva, and I'm just going to apply this into the crease. So I keep building up this yellow tone until I get the vibrancy that I want. So when there's nothing really left on the brush after I apply the yellow, then I'm just gonna pull the shadow out, and that's gonna start giving me that blown out smoky effect, and then back in to build up that vibrancy. I don't like to bring it up to the point where you can't see that nice brightness underneath. I love the concealer to still highlight the brow bone. I'm going to go in with this orangey yellow by Illamasqua. This is called Vapor. You can see I use this a lot. I love it. And it's so nice with this yellow. It just adds a nice warmth. So applying that into the crease. The yellow underneath just makes it so nice and bright. And I'm doing the same as the last time. Once I have that applied into the crease, I'm pulling it out. So I'm just using a clean brush. This one is the 228 by Zoeva, and I'm just using that to soften out any of my harsh edges. Okay, so this palette is a little worse for wear, but it just shows how much I love it. And this is the Venus Grunge palette, and I'm gonna go in with this beautiful mustard tone. There literally is no other mustard color that compares to this shadow. I like to just start off into the corner of the lid and just apply what I need to there, and then bring it up into the crease so I don't go too heavy in the crease. I'm going to go in with this Rose Gold palette by Illamasqua, and I'm going to use this shade right here, taking it into the corner of the lid and then up into the crease. I'm not caring about the lid right now. All I care about is building up those tones into my crease, because I'm going to be going in with a dark shade across the lid, so it really doesn't matter. I'm going to go in with this bronzer now by Inglot. This one is 512 and you can see that this one has been used quite a lot, which shows I love it. So again, I'm bringing this into the crease to bring that smokiness up, and I'm also going to just apply this onto the lid and then bringing it up into the crease. So next I'm going to go in with the Inglot number 77 gel liner. I'm going to put that in the waterline and also smoke it out underneath. And I'm going to use the 230 bullet brush by Zoeva just to buff that out. I always just do one eye first because that dries quite quick, so it's better to just get it all blended out before you go into the other eye. So I'm bringing this little brush, this is called the Baby Feather by Senna. I'm going in with the dark brown by Inglot and I'm bringing that underneath the gel just to soften it out. And then I'm going to go in with a 227 brush by Zoeva and I'm going to bring my other colours underneath. I like to bring my smokiness down quite a lot underneath because I have more of a hooded eye, so I find bringing more darkness underneath my eyes just gives the illusion of a bigger eye. So just to finish off my smokiness underneath, I'm going to go in with a little bit of black and just strengthen up the darkness. This looks so scary, but I promise this is gonna turn out okay. I've done it a million times. It's okay. Now what I'm going to do is bring in some darkness. So I'm going in with my Makeup Atelier T22 palette and I'm going in with the two darker shades. Again, this is another palette that I use a lot and I'm obsessed with these two shades. And I'm using Zoeva 234 eyeshadow brush. So because there's so much shadow on my lid already, I find it quite hard to keep applying darker tones. So I'm going to go in with my Fix spray and I'm going to spray that on my lid and that'll leave a nice damp base for my darker shadows to cling onto. Do you see what I mean? So I'm bringing that onto the lid and slightly up into the crease and then I'll blend it out. This little brush is Kazari S185 and it is such a nice little blending brush. Really good for cut creases because it's so small. So I'm going to go in with Maybelline Big Shot Mascara and just apply that to my lashes. Why would this happen? So what I'll do is I'll leave that to dry and I will flake it off then with a spoolie. See? No worries. So I'm using Lilash Mink Lashes in the style Hey Girl. I'm using Duo Glue. So guys, my camera died just before I got my lashes on, so I put them on and I did a lip. So on my lips I have lined it with Aqua Lip Liner by Makeup Forever. This one is in 7C. Then used MAC lipstick in the shade Yash and then I went in with a lip gloss by Peaches and Cream and it is in the shade Babe. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Please give me a little like and subscribe if you did. I will be forever grateful. I want your help and advice on what I should be recording next and what you would like to see. I definitely want this channel to be really fun. I'm going to take all your advice on board. I'll be checking out all my social medias. They're going to be linked down below if you don't already follow me on them to see what you guys want me to do next. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye!